tag team competition. Bob and Brad Armstrong against,
Well, now, isn't this nice? What do we have here? Has Daddy managed to control his temper? I know that I've seen families have little kids that have temper tantrums, and they got to console them a little bit. Has Daddy finished, you think?
well, Mr. Piper, a good front chancery by Brad Armstrong, and Bendfield made it to the ring ropes and forced the break. But the feelings between you and the Armstrongs are good drop-toe variation. Good ride by Armstrong, too, back into a chancery, and this time he allowed him the opportunity to tag up with Chick Donovan. And so the Golden Boy moves in, and now Bob Armstrong moves in.
Oh, yes, here comes jump in the nearest phone booth, change into your Superman costume, and come on out here, Mr. Armstrong. But then again, I shouldn't knock him, you see, because it took 3 or 4 wrestlers to pull me off Bob Armstrong at the last Atlanta Omni, so I guess I shouldn't knock someone lesser than me, should I? That's not fair of me. And I'm a fair, wonderful man.
Good block by Armstrong, and caught Donovan to the side of the head that time, right alongside the eye socket, and now it's Bob Armstrong having the rear chin lock on Donovan, keeps the pressure on him.
Did you notice no comments are thrown my way anymore? And Bob Armstrong hasn't said a thing to me, has not even looked at me, possibly because of the fear I bring to him. Maybe he just knows that he stepped out of his league, and I suppose a man can make a mistake like that, right? When you mouth gets just a little too much, and you just jump right in there, and before you know it, you're way out of your league, and you're fighting Roddy Piper. So I won't mention it no more.
Fair enough. Snap mare variation by Brad Armstrong, and Armstrong moving very quickly now against Bendfield. Keeps the pressure on him with an arm bar. It's an Australian tag team event. 1 fall with television time remaining. Down to a bottom wrist lock and up against those ring ropes, and Bendfield caught him, one in the midsection. Coming out of that and drives that knee to the midsection again. Brad Armstrong might be well served at this point to get over and tag up with Bob Armstrong.
Perfect, absolutely perfect. And here, again, I noticed even with the Armstrongs, the teamwork, because of $25,000 World Championship, the teamwork has even got better with the Armstrongs. These tag teams are going to be something. These tag teams are really going to be something. The Golden Boy coming on, going for a nice suplex. Very good. Covers. Grab a leg. That's what he's doing wrong. He's not hooking a leg when you see Tough done it.
Valid point by Rod Piper, because chances are, had Donovan hooked that leg, Armstrong could not have gotten the leverage to break that shoulder free. And now Brad Armstrong has an opportunity to possibly battle his way back over to that corner and make that very necessary tag. And he gets over there. The tag is made. Bob Armstrong now in control of the situation, and Bendfield beginning to feel the power of the Armstrongs.
Not terrific sportsmanship on Armstrong's part there. Bob Armstrong grabbing his opponent from behind by the hair even before the tag, but nevertheless he's trying, I guess.
Donovan moves back out into the squared circle now. Donovan in the black trunks. Bulls Armstrong back into the turnbuckle. And it's Donovan. Uncorks a hard right hand. Reversal there. Good hip toss by Armstrong. Armstrong hurdles Donovan into his corner. Brad Armstrong catches him, makes the tag, and now it's Brad Armstrong moving into the ring. Drop kick by Armstrong has Donovan to the canvas once again. Hip lock takedown, and and it's Donovan with the head scissor.
Yes, an absolutely very nice drop kick. Takes him down, but what they're missing is you're trying to pin your man. He had the man hurt there for a second. He hit him with a drop kick, jump on him, grab a leg, and try to pin him. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. Good chance, good time to tag, though, for Brad Armstrong. Yeah, come on, Daddy, what can you do? I know what you can do.
Armstrong uncorks the right hand, and he's been tiring of some of the tactics by Bendfield and Donovan, and so Armstrong now beginning to retaliate in kind. Armstrong, of course, who has had some extensive martial arts training, is able to utilize it and combine it with catch-as-catch-can wrestling, much to his own advantage.
Absolutely, and here comes tagging Brad again. Brad being fresh comes in. Nice move. A move that I invented myself. Double legs to the face. A long time ago. Beautiful move by Brad again. Now he's going for the pin. Now he's hooking a leg. Didn't quite hook it fast enough.
Bendfield powered away from that. Armstrong now keeps that side headlock, and now Chick Donovan gets into the situation, hooks Armstrong's arms, and Bendfield quickly takes advantage of that. The count was on. They broke. Now they're back at it again, double teaming on Brad Armstrong. And Mr. Armstrong has some problems.
Fellas are getting vicious, very vicious here, and that's what they have to do to beat this team, because after all, now, again, I'm not comparing these Armstrongs to me because you can't do that. I'm in a different category, but they are a tough team, and they're going to have to get right on top of them. This Golden Boy here has really become aggressive as we've watched them through the week. Now they're getting smart. They're tagging and not letting one man, one partner get tired. Very good.
And Brad Armstrong ducked away that time, and Donovan caught it from Bendfield. And so Donovan shaking his head, trying to get cleared up. And now, again, they're double teaming on Brad Armstrong. Going to the midsection now. And they continue to double team. And now Bob Armstrong explodes on the scene, and we've got a four-way Pier Sixer going. And again, they're double teaming.
What's wrong now? What's wrong with Teddy? If that was my son in there now, brother, I want you to know those two men would not be standing now.
Tag is made, and Bob Armstrong moves out, and Armstrong explodes on Bendfield and Donovan. Smashes their heads together. Donovan off to one side of the ring, and now here comes Brad Armstrong, and so the Armstrongs, the father and son tag team combination, look like they're about ready to clean house as they hurtle both men into each other. And it continues to be Bob Armstrong, full body slam, Brad Armstrong a hooking right hand. Bob Armstrong again has Bendfield. And Bob Armstrong, the legal man in the ring, has the pinfall. And so some great tag team action here as Bob and Brad Armstrong took the measure on Rick Bendfield and the Golden Boy Chick Donovan in the closing moments here on Georgia Championship Wrestling.